Hi guys, and welcome to Airability, your regular dose of lead therapy. And today I'm going to be looking at a whole range of back bag stroke rests for the bench rest shooter. And these comes from Alacritus Innovations, and it's called the Fortis range. And these come in essentially three flavors, and we're going to go through all the three variants of the range today and talk about the advantages of these compared to the traditional back bag. Now, you'll see some pictures pop up at the side here to give you more details of what I'm talking about. And we'll talk about the first version. Now, all the versions have this adjustable base where you unloosen this handle here and you can adjust the gross height of the base. As you can see, you can make it quite low or you can make it quite high by bringing the feet together. Also, depending on the angle of the butt of your gun, you can tilt the head to fit with the slope and the angle of how your gun needs to sit in the rest. So on the top here, we've got a really traditional, filled bag here with two ears, like we'd find on the top of most traditional bench rest bags, as you can see here. Now these can be filled the same as bench rest bags with either sand or a sand variant. This one is actually filled with wheat husks, which makes it really secure but yet light. Now, this really is the one that most bench rest air rifle shooters would use in competition. Now, I'll go and talk about the other variants just for a moment, and then we'll get back to this one. Now here, you can see this one has what's called their micro adjustable head-on, and as well as the coarse adjustment that I showed you before by undoing the little lever and waggling the legs, on here there's a wheel that gives you about 1.5 centimeters of elevation. Now this is for fine adjustments while you are shooting. The other difference is, instead of the more traditional sandbag, there are three cushions attached to a plastic, an angled piece of plastic here, and the velcroed in, and this replaces the traditional sandbag. And this, in my experience of using the two, it's equally as secure as using the one with the ears. I think if I had a choice, actually I'm on the bench, I don't know which one I would choose. But this is called, the Fortis micro adjustable rest. Now there is another version, and it has this head on with these three velcroed on cushions, but it doesn't have the micro adjustable part. The head just sits directly on the chassis like it does with the sandbag version. So there's a version for everybody. What I will say is the great thing about these rests is options and convenience. So bench rest shooters will realize that we spend a lot of time setting up the ratio between our front rest and our back bag for the particular rifle we use, and that can be all well and good and really work well. For instance, I've got two rifles that are nearly identical, and I've designed these two items here, the front rest and the back bag, to fit them perfectly. But if I use my third rifle, this back bag doesn't work at all, and I have to then start putting pieces of wood under the bag to raise it up. And also I have to use a non-slip mat under my bag to stop it moving when I'm shooting. With this, it's all in one. So for instance, as I've said before, you can adjust it to fit any rifle and any rifle height. So you're only carrying one bag with you to a tournament if you shoot multiple rifles. Also, on the bottom here of the chassis, where the two sides are joined together, front and back, these bars are covered with really sticky rubber. So that does exactly the same as the rubber mat that I have under my bag, without actually having to carry everything else. So everything is in one unit, and it is really easy to operate. And as you can see, there are many places to grab it and carry it, which I also like, because I do find it hard to carry the traditional bag, because this one doesn't have a handle on it. Now, I just want to touch on a few things about these three options and talk about how and what events they are legal for in bench rest rules using the world rules, and whether and coming along and shooting them on the Bench Rest UK tour. Now, first of all, the rules are currently in a state of kind of flux, and they've been tweaked and rewritten. So always check with the current world bench rest rules, and a copy of them are on benchrestuk.com before you buy anything, or talk to one of the Bench Rest UK guys on the Bench Rest UK Facebook group. So first of all, we back at the rest now with the course adjustment base here and the traditional type eared sandbag on top. This is legal for heavy rifle, light rifle, heavy and light rifle with a bipod, and unlimited class. So basically this rest will work for all Bench Rest UK and World Rules bench rest classes. So this is pretty much a safe bet. Now, moving on to, as I've said, there's two versions of this rest, and one of them does not have the micro adjustable screw here. Now, the version without the micro adjustability here, the one where this different head is fixed directly to the chassis, like with the version with the sandbag here, that is also legal in all classes. Now, the rest with the micro adjustable part is technically not legal in light rifle, heavy rifle, if you were using a maneuverable traditional front rest. Although the micro adjustable version is legal if you use a bipod. It is also legal if you are shooting in unlimited class. So you need to check out what classes you're going to shoot and pick the appropriate Fortis back bag rest for your event. What we will say is that I've been talking to Bench Rest UK recently, and they've said anybody who's bought one of these Fortis rests with the micro adjustable option on it can use it in a Bench Rest UK event. But what they will do is they will put a little anti-tamper sticker over the adjustable wheel to show that it's not being manipulated during a detail. So that's pretty much fair enough that they'll allow them. Although I would say if you end up at the World Championships or a world event outside of the UK, you may receive different advice to that, and you need to check. But so what I would do is, if you're not shooting on a bipod and you're not shooting unlimited, buy a version without the micro adjustability. What I will say is as well is I had a lovely chat with the guys who make these rests last week, and one thing that really came over again and again for me was the care they have for their customers and the way they want to look after them with the quality of product that they produce. And it really became evident that you're not just buying a rest, you're buying something that really has been designed and made with love of the sport. And I really thank them for giving me the opportunity to actually review these, because I think they're pretty brilliant. Anyway, one final thing I need to show you, as well as the three different flavors. Each rest, back bag stroke rest, comes in a nice carry case for your convenience. And finally, what I would say is, just in my conclusion talking about these rests, is that they are a considered purchase. They are more expensive than the usual standard back bag, usually 1 to 2 times the cost of a high quality bag. But you need to remember that you are buying an infinite number of back bags when you buy one of these. With the adjustability, you should never need a different bag as long as you're shooting, to be honest, because you will be able to adjust the height and the pitch of these to suit almost any rifle. So You're not just buying one bag, you're buying a lifetime of bags when you bags when you purchase one of these. Until next time, guys, remember, you know, whether you've got your Fortis Rest or whatever you're using, get out there and live that airgun dream, and take care. Bye bye. Bye bye.